Lou, how are you?
Good, how are you? Oh my God, I love your t-shirt. That's hilarious.
Thank
He
you.
actually 6'5". Is that his height? I thought he was taller. Wow,
No, it's 655.
love it.
Yeah. Um, he lost his mind when he saw this earlier, but
That's so good.
to start, you get the fun job of having the cliffhanger in season one. And so when you kind of are heading into a new season and people are waiting to see how the rest of your story unfolds, what's been the most exciting part of like prepping for season two to come out for people to get to see where the story
Yeah.
continues?
Well, we got very lucky. I mean, I guess lucky, but it's different to, I guess, the other storylines because we pick up exactly where we left off. So we don't have a gap of time that, you know, changes
Mhm.
things. So it was really, really exciting to get back to work. It was everyone because I think Leah and I came back to work until they'd already been filming for a couple months, so it was a bit weird in that sense. But it was wonderful, and you know, getting to complete the story and not have like that big of a gap in between is great. And she's just put in a completely different situation this season than she was in the first. So it's fun to see how she evolves.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting because with the different moving storylines and characters and everything like that, you do end up kind of being, especially at the end of season one, separated from a lot of the rest of the cast. Is there anyone that you kind of wish you could go back and work with again from season one that like maybe you do get you in season two, or like is there some like dynamic between the two characters you wish to explore that we didn't get to really see in the first season?
I wish that you could see Gail and the Cleons, and Demoiselle, engage. So that's like it's like a nice little bit in season one that we got to do briefly and then never do it again. But yeah, I mean, maybe one day, who knows? It would be, I would love to work with Lee again. I think he's amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, and that is, I think that's such a fun dynamic anyway. Like the three clones that are all the same guy, but at different ages. I think
Honestly,
that's
they do such a good job, and it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen, and it's something that always intrigues me, and probably my favorite storyline in the show. Um,
well, yours is pretty good too. Because I love
I mean, I can't be
the
biased though. I have to. Obvious, like obviously I'm biased, but I can't say that, can
because
I?
I love that she's just so smart in her whole thing. And she's like, I love math. And like
I
that
know,
got her in a bunch of trouble because
I
she
know, it's
loves math.
great. I know, it's fantastic. But she's super sweet and emotional and cares so much to her detriment a lot of the time. And also is starting to learn that like she can't just be doing good so much all the time. There has to be some bad in order to work towards what the bigger picture is. So yeah.
Yeah, and I do love kind of the dynamic, especially in season one, that we saw how that ended between her and Jared Harris, like you and Jared Harris. I love that kind of relationship that you guys had. And obviously it's going to change, but like what is for you like the exciting part about that kind of stuff where it's like all of these characters have their own motivations
Of
and are willing to twist very quickly, but for you, you're the sweet kind of center of everything, and she is someone who we as the audience can trust.
Of
So what's
course, but
the
when
excitement
like
for you?
I don't think that that's Harry's perception at all of Gail. Like you see in first episode, they literally they have at each other first, second, whatever it is, but they have at each other, and from his perspective, she's done him wrong, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's all subjective, really,
Yeah.
and but that's great though. Like seeing that she can do wrong and that she maybe did mess up is like a such a it rounds her as a character. She can't just be good, and she can't, there has to be some sort of sacrifice and something that she doesn't get right in order to see her as like a fully fledged human being. Otherwise, it would just be boring, and she'd be a robot.
Yeah, and but she's not, and she rules. Thank you so much for talking
Exactly.
with me today. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for people to get to see season two.
Thank you so much. It was lovely
Thank
speaking.
you. Have a
Bye.
great one.